Welcome. This is We Are Famous. I'm Simbo.
And I'm your man, CL. What's happening?
What's up, big dog? You all right?
Oh, yeah. We in the building, baby. What's up?
Well, look, man, I want to appreciate everybody. I mean, everybody that views We Are Famous and support me and CL.
Yeah.
And all the new people, can you please hit the notification button and subscribe so you can enjoy all our fabulous content.
Yes, sir.
You know, man, I appreciate you, man. You've been doing a great job. You know, you've been kind of trying to take over a little bit, but it's all good, man. You're doing a good job.
Hey, I'm on the job training, man.
We gonna let you take over a little bit this show because you know apparently you know more than me about some things. So we gonna see. You know,
let's get it. We'll see.
Oh man. Okay, so look, man, let's get into today's episode. Man, look, I saw this video with this young man, 26 years old. He says his mother kept him away from his father. Hey, mothers got to stop weaponizing these kids, man. You know, basically, she kept her son from, you know, his father for 26 years. She told his father, she told the son, his father said that he was a mistake. He didn't want it.
Right.
You know, but the father had been looking for the child the entire time, you know, and the mother was just mad because the father didn't want her. So she basically used her child to weaponize, you know, as a weapon. But we just talking about it, 'cause she's not the only one.
No, it going
You
all over America.
And that's why I presented that question or statement that, you know, mothers, you got to stop weaponizing these kids against these fathers, you know,
right?
And preaching hate, you know, because it don't work out between you two.
I'm 26, bro. I'm 26. My mom kept me away from my dad for 26 years. You know what kept me away from him? My mom told me that my dad said I was a mistake and kept me away from my father. Every time, this been looking for me since I was a kid.
Yeah.
He's been looking for me. I finally talked to my dad. He's a good dude. My mom told me my dad has not paid child support since I was a kid. I finally meet this. He has envelopes full of shit proof showing he been paying child support. Put my son back on the phone. No, it's my son too. What do you want? Put my son back on the phone. And I'm listening to my mom. All that slapping, abuse, and beating me up, choking me when I'm on the floor, beating me with belts, wrapping hangers around other hangers. My mom turned into a 2-year-old little girl when my dad started talking to her. She talked to me like my entire life. He's yelling on the phone, "You mad because I left you, and I didn't want to be with you no more, and you kept my son away from me as a weapon."
Yeah. So I can't say what the father actually did, but clearly he must have done something that she didn't agree with. That hurt her feelings, but and at the end of the day, it's only hurt the kids. So with you saying that the father is dead, prison, or whatever excuse you gave the kid,
right?
It's not right, because at the end of the day, it's only affecting the kid. And clearly, we see that this young man is clearly affected. Now he looking at his mama a whole different way, because the daddy got proof. I've been trying to reach out to you. The daddy got proof. So now he finna look at his mama the wrong way. It might cause a whole rift between him and his mama, who he probably held on a pedestal, and now all of a sudden she probably dropped down a few notches because of the lies now that she been caught in.
Yeah, well, basically on his video, you know, you can see the hate. I mean, the hurt, whatever, you know, adjective you want to use, that's in his voice, because he's mad at his mom because he was told the whole time his daddy thought he was a mistake. He didn't want him. And, you know, his mama was being very abusive mentally and physically.
Right.
You know, and when he met the father, he, you know, the guy, like you say, he had proof that he paid child support. He was looking for him, you know. And the problem is, man, it's nothing that happened to these mothers when they abuse the system.
Right.
You know, especially the child support system. Family court, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I have a friend of mine, he loves his kids, and basically he's from South Carolina, and this dude is in and out of jail behind child support payments that'd be a couple of $100, you know. Right. And you know, to my understanding, he hasn't talked to his kids for years now, and he was very close to. He had 2 daughters. He's very close to them. You know, she remarried, and he has to pay this amount of child support, which, you know, he don't have a problem with it, you know. But he's not able to see his kids because she poisoned the well. You know, she got his kids hating him for some reason. You know what I'm saying? And it's easier for the parent that's, you know, parenting the kids who's with them all the time to poison the the kids against their other parent.
Right.
So I just think, man, that has to stop. It's bad, especially in the minority communities, because family is already hard to keep together. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And,
As a father and a stepfather,
right.
to be now as a father, there's nothing no one can do to keep me away from my child.
Right.
Because we got the same rights as women have.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you feel like you're a punk or whatever it may be, to put the courts in that woman life, but ain't nothing nobody can do to keep me away from mine.
Well, let me ask you this, because you brought it up. You're a stepfather, right? And I'm just asking you your opinion, not nothing you're going through.
Hey, give it to me.
But if one of your kids' fathers was going through that, how would you react to that being a stepfather? Would you try to step in the gap and be like, hey, nah, you need to let this man see his child? Or will you feel like you will roll with your wife or your new person, your new girlfriend or whatever, and be like, oh, forget him?
Well, I've been in that situation already before, where I come in the picture.
Right.
And if I think the men felt uncomfortable coming around because it's a new person in the picture.
Right.
I'm the type of person, I say, hey, tell him he need to come by here and let me and him meet face to face so he can see what kind of man gonna be in his child's life.
Right.
That's the type of man I am. I can't speak for everybody, but I can tell you this is what I do, and I've done that ever since I was a young kid in my 20s.
Right.
Actually, my wife right now, her oldest son, which is like 29 years old. The father was in the same apartments, just lingering around, passing by every day, but he'll never stop by.
Okay.
And I reached out and told her, I said, you need to tell him he more than welcome to come see his son anytime he wants to. Plus, my stepdaughter, Destiny, she's 17 now. I'd say the same thing with her father. I say, let him know he need to know what type of man finna be in his daughter's life. So I can't expect everybody to do what I do,
right.
But as a man, I reach out and let her know, hey, let them know they didn't know what type of man finna be in their life. I'm not no molester. I'm not no abuser. I'm not nothing. But if you care about your kid enough, you should want to know what type of man finna be in your child's life.
Well, I mean, that's a good perspective from it, because I don't think it's a lot of men like you. And that's probably why a lot of women are acting like this or weaponizing their kids, because the new man can't handle the father. You know what I'm saying? And so that's real. You know what I'm saying? Man, you got kind of deep with that one. I wasn't expecting that from you, but you got kind of deep with that one. Yeah. And much respect to that. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, by you standing on that ground, you almost not allowing somebody to weaponize that. You know what I'm saying? Because
you don't have an excuse as a man that she won't let me see my child, because the man that I am, even as a young kid at 20-something years old, that didn't even know what kind of man I was yet. Right. I was mature enough to still say, hey, this cat in the apartments every day. Tell him he need to come by and holler. He can come by and holler his son anytime he want to, and then he need to know what kind of man gonna be in his son life.
You know what though? Based on you saying it that way, it's kind of where we come from though. A guy just lingering around some apartments, and that's the situation. That could become kind of dangerous if you don't go ahead and address it and get it out there. So I understand where you were coming from. But a lot of guys, especially new boyfriends or husbands, man, I don't want to say they're not real men, but they're intimidated. You know what I mean? So, hey, yeah, man, good job.
Some of them still bitter because some of them probably want to still be with that woman, and that woman got tired of what they was doing. And most time it's I'm not gonna say, I don't want to put men out there as this, that we just a scum of the earth.
Right.
But most of the time in relationships, we the one that's fucking up. So, and the woman is being loyal to the man that's not even deserve being loyal to. So, and then all of a sudden when a woman get tired of their shit, then they want to try to do right, but they only don't do right for a little bit of temporary time, and then they go back to doing their bullshit again. So, and a lot of them, and then when they finally get a good representation of a man who coming out doing what he's supposed to do, now all of a sudden they upset about it.
Yeah. I mean, that's your point of view, and it's a good point of view. But I know you're trying to probably get some likes. You want the women to like you, because all men are not the scum of the earth.
I'm likable anyway.
They
gonna like me anyway.
But all men are not, scum of the earth.
Right.
And it's very hard for a man to weaponize the kid. You know what I'm saying? Because 9 times out of 10, the kid is with the mother.
Right.
So staying on topic, I get what you're saying, but at the end of the day, that's not what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Women are the ones weaponizing these kids.
They are.
Because you can't. I mean, I haven't seen it. It could be out there, and if it's out there, put it in the comments. Let us know about it. But I haven't seen a father have custody of the kids and doing the same thing.
Well, they make it hard for us as men. The judicial system make it hard because first and foremost, they always side with the mother.
Right.
I don't know if it's because of the bond and she carried the kid or what, but it's always hard if a man want to get custody of his kid. You got to damn near absolutely prove that she's a crackhead, she's abusive or something for you to get custody of your kid.
Yeah.
And by then, the kid done suffer so much, they got lingering effects of what the mother done to them. Sometimes they so damaged by the time you get them, it's hard to even turn them around to get them from being undamaged.
Yeah, that's true. Well, we need to stop this, man. That video kind of touched me because I'm like, man, this man, especially men, boys,
right?
They yearn for their father figure. You know what I'm saying? Where they come from. I mean, it's just a thing inside of us. And that young man was hurt, and hopefully him and his father can bond, and they can try to make up for lost time.
I don't know how that young man's father looked, but I guarantee you he probably look exactly like his dad.
9 times out of 10.
And 9 times out of 10, because he look exactly like his daddy, she don't want him being around him because of how much pain that man probably, I'm not gonna say he did.
Well, he acknowledged that, he told her he didn't want to be with her, but that's no reason for you to weaponize as a child. That's no reason for you to turn that child against your father. Just, it didn't work out.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm glad you gonna reconcile with your father, man, and you see that your father wasn't the man that your mama said he was.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully y'all relationship is becoming closer and closer. You can't erase the past.
No,
you can't go back in the past and recover that, but hopefully your future can be a lot brighter.
And forgive your mama, man. Still your mom. Forgive your mom if you hear this, because she probably didn't know any better, or she was taught that's what she should do. It's a parent that's learned behavior because it's getting passed on and on and on.
And she could have had him young. Sometimes when you're young, you don't even know how to be a parent. Better yet, you don't even know yourself yet. Better yet, how to be a parent.
Yeah.
And so you just act on emotion. You don't even really act with a conscious thought because you don't even know how to think consciously yet on how to respond as an adult because you probably had him young. So hopefully everything pans out well for you, man.
Yeah.
Hope you and your dad have a great relationship, man, and move on from there and break the cycle.
Well, since we're talking about weaponize, let's get into boxing. Your thing. You know way more about boxing than me. You say, you the self-proclaimed expert
guru
on the panel.
I'm
gonna let you have it. But so Canelo won last night. And who did he fight?
He fought John Ryder, man, a UK fighter with 5 losses, been stopped 1 time. Was the interim WBO champion. Interim, not regular, not champion, nothing. Canelo got all 4 belts at 168.
Okay.
And he can pick and choose to fight whoever he wants to. For some particular reason, he chose to fight John Ryder, even though he got other guys that's worthy enough to fight him. David Benavidez, who been a 2-time champion at that division.
Yeah.
And Canelo petitioned to fight for the belts after he got stripped for not making weight during the pandemic. But he was calling Canelo out way before the pandemic to fight him. But for some unforeseen reason, Canelo didn't want to fight him. As soon as he got stripped, he petitioned to fight for a vacant belt. But we could talk about whatever you want to ask. What you want to ask, man?
Let's go. Let me ask you this, because you can go on and on like
on
the Energizer Bunny by
especially
boxing.
by boxing, man.
But why did WBC won't give Bevel a shot at the WBC belt?
Well, it's not they don't want to give him a shot.
Well, explain to me who Bevel is.
Dimitri Bivol is the last.
Bivol. Yeah.
Yeah, he's come from Russia.
Okay.
And right now they got the Russian-Ukraine war going on.
Right.
Now, all of a sudden, since Bivol wanted to go down to 168, he fought Canelo at 175. Canelo called himself coming up to his weight division to fight him, and he whooped Canelo handedly.
Okay.
Easy fight. Then he also make excuses about his hand. He needs surgery. He needs this. He needs rest or whatever. But now Bill was saying, I'll come down to 168 because Canelo got all the belts.
Okay, so hold on. Mm-hmm. So why Canelo won't fight Bivol at 168 then?
The reason why Canelo want to fight at 168 because he got 4 belts.
Right.
Bivol got 1 belt at 175. It was a notch above 168 where Canelo fight at right now. But I'm feeling the WBC right now is saying that they don't want to let Bivol win their belt because of the Russian-Ukraine war.
Oh yeah, they just trying to hold on to it. But go ahead.
I feel like if Canelo would have beat Bivol at 175, it would absolutely be no problem for him to come down and try to fight Canelo because they would have all the confidence in the world that Canelo can beat him at 168 because you would weight drain Bivol. He would have to come down 7 pounds to fight Canelo, but Canelo should be strong at already because that's where he own all the belts and dominate the division.
Instead of fighting Bivol at 175, one Canelo fight is mandatory at 168.
And it's funny because being Canelo Alvarez, who they still consider quote unquote the face of the boxing, which I think he's not. Yeah. I think Gervonta Davis then took over that spot. Even Tank Davis, Gervonta Tank Davis, him and Ryan Garcia just sold $1.4 million in pay-per-view buys. That's not including the Zone and all the other people even affiliated with the fight. Even Errol Spence can go to Dallas and other places and still sell out. So I still think he sell out more than Canelo. But that's one reason Canelo had to go to Mexico to fight where he's from.
Right.
The crowd looks spectacular. He filled the stadium, but you fight in your hometown.
So he can't fill an arena in Vegas.
He can't fill an arena well because even when he fought Caleb Plant the last fight, bunch of empty seats. Even when he fought Bivol, nobody knew who Bivol was.
Right.
I went for Bivol and told Sean Porter to his face when I was in Dallas, Texas, at the Errol Spence fight that Bivol was gonna beat him. He looked at me and said, "Nah, Canelo gonna knock him out." And he ended up beating him. And that's a retired boxer now, Hall of Famer, Sean Porter. He might don't remember, but if you ever see my podcast, I did tell you that. But
okay, so WBC is basically what you call it?
We back Canelo, and it's a Mexican owned and governed sanctioning body belt.
Right.
And so I think if Canelo was to lose all those belts at one time, it would be a shame for him to lose them belts. So if he go up to fight Bivol at 175 again and lose, it's no shame on his name. It's no shame on nothing. They're gonna say he's chasing greatness.
Okay.
He's chasing greatness because he's moving up in weight to fight a bigger guy.
Now you connected the dots for me and the people watching because you're saying a lot, but you're basically saying he don't want to fight him at 168 because he'll lose all the belts.
Yeah,
but
he got 4 belts.
But if he fight him at 175, then the Canelo camp and everybody else would say that he's chasing greatness in case he loses.
Exactly.
So they basically giving him a out.
They giving him an out. They say he moving up to chase greatness, even though he fought at 175 twice already.
Right.
And he won a regular belt from Rocky Fielding. He won another belt from a weight drain Kovalov. But now all of a sudden they say he moving up. You ain't moving up in weight if you fought there already.
Right.
So there's no such thing if you fought there already. But I think it's bullshit that you don't want to fight him at 168 the same way he gave you an opportunity to fight for his 175 belt. Give him an opportunity to come down because it should be an advantage for you because he coming down in weight, so he should be drained.
It's politics in boxing, man. It's not always the best boxer versus the best boxer. It's always an A and B side.
And Canelo been an A side ever since it's funny how he got popular for losing to Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
Instead of them giving him the credit of Floyd Mayweather, the credit of being a 36-year-old fighter, fighting a 23-year-old fighter who way bigger than you.
Yeah.
They want to diminish the credit of Floyd Mayweather by saying, "Oh, Floyd caught him too young."
Well, that's how that go, man. But look, man, so Canelo, man, stop chasing greatness, man, and go ahead and WBC get off them sanctioning this, man, and let that fight happen so we can go ahead and get one champion. You know what I'm saying?
And the thing it is, Canelo, your name is so big, you don't need belts. You got a big enough name where people gonna watch you anyway. Vacate all the belts. All these young guys coming up need those belts to make money and provide for their family.
Or fight for the belts.
No,
man.
no, he not gonna do that because it's gonna be too much shame and lose them. So the best thing he can do.
But this is why I can't buy into boxing too much.
Right.
Because what you're saying is, don't fight for the belts. That's what you fight for, the belts. There's no other reason. I mean, you're not fighting for popularity.
Well, things is guys fight for belts because it's nothing personal with the guys that they're fighting with the belts. They know when you get
Well,
belts,
let me ask you a question.
that boosts your money up.
Let me ask you a question. Money, money is money. It's,
Right.
it's important. But when you're a fighter, you're fighting for what?
You're fighting for fame, legacy, and money. Everything
belts,
that come with
right?
it. And the belts.
Yeah, Muhammad Ali fought for belts. He wanted to be the champion.
But
Undisputed.
back then, when they was fighting, you didn't have as many belts.
Okay.
You got all kind of Toy Story belts that don't mean nothing now.
Okay, see that. This is why I'm letting you put this out because this is why boxing is not top anymore because it's just a bunch of.
It's too many belts right now.
Yeah, it's just money making thing, which is
many.
cool. Which is cool if that's your cup of tea. But I want to see one champion, heavyweight champion. I want to see one middleweight. One lightweight. We used to know who all the champions were and who all the top contenders was.
Yeah.
But see, today it's too much going on. But man, I appreciate you breaking that down. And man, we got to get out of here, man. And this has been We Are Famous. I'm Simbo.
And I'm your man, CL.
See you next week. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button.
Acer, no chaser. Yeah. Bitch, we told him.